Why? Fucking why? I didn't think it would get worse than the last episode, but no, it did. This episode is fucking trash. Like, it's a trash finale. It's a trash episode. It is a terrible, terrible way to end off season 3. And honestly, at this point, I don't want any more of this fucking show. I'm done. This is where I draw the fucking line. This episode sucks ass, and I'm going to tell you why. Welcome back to Animation Station. Welcome to my review of the final episode of Chucky Season 3, and possibly the final episode of the entire Chucky TV series, Final Destination. This episode is a steaming pile of shit. A massive steaming pile of shit. So let's not waste any time. I want to get this over with so I never have to fucking talk about it again. All you need to know right now is this episode's a piece of shit. And I'm going to tell you why. Here's the fucking plot synopsis. Enjoy. Jake is put under a temporary cardiac arrest with a CIA drug, giving him 5 minutes in the spirit realm to go after Chucky. Once he wakes up on the other side, he is confronted by the ghost of his dad, Lucas, who is destroying Jake's doll sculpture with a bat. Again. He berates his son for wanting him dead, to which Jake retorts he only felt that way after his father started hitting him. Lucas claims he did it to correct his behavior, which Jake snaps back that the only thing he did wrong was be gay. Taking a swing at Jake with his bat, Lucas tells him that he was ashamed of him. When Jake reveals that he has a boyfriend, Lucas begins chasing after him with his bat, wishing to give his son a punishment. Yeah, but let's start by bringing back the shitty dad. Yeah, that's real smart. Not to mention the guy didn't even die in the White House, so why the fuck is he even here? Running away, Jake ends up in the ballroom where the Halloween Gala was held, surrounded by multiple ghosts dancing. Lucas catches up to him quickly, chastising him for thinking he can beat Chucky. He tells Jake that he used to be proud of him until his wife died and he began drinking. Right as he starts to take a swing at his son, Jake shouts that he forgives him and hugs his dad. Returning Jake's embrace, he warns his son that he will fail as Chucky is much more dangerous in the spirit realm. Dumb. Fucking dumb. He leaves the ballroom and makes his way to the executive residence, where he finds Charles Lee Ray using magic to rebuild his doll sculpture. He commends Jake for going against the world's judgment and always trying to be himself. When Jake stabs Charles in the stomach with a pocket knife, he learns that he cannot kill him as he's a ghost. I mean, you should have already known that, Jake. That's just fucking stupid on your part. He then takes Jake to the White House movie theater, where all his different soul fragments are inside watching scenes of Chucky's life. Showing off footage of Lucas's death, Charles explains that Jake has been scared his whole life, and yet he's facing his fears. But he warns him that whatever he's planning to do in the spirit realm is pointless. And I'll give them this. I do like the whole movie theater thing, where they're watching scenes from both the movies and previous episodes, and we see all these different versions of Chucky again. Like, we get Bald Chucky again, which I believe is the Colonel. We get Buff Chucky. Like, we get a bunch of different Chuckies in there, and it's actually pretty interesting. So, I'll give him that. It's a decent visual. While Charles argues with his younger self, Jake notices good Chucky running out of the movie theater. And that younger self he's arguing with, yeah, that's Fiona Dorff dressed as him from way back in Season 1. I'll give him this. That's cool. I mean, no, sorry, not Season 1. No, it's Season 1 and Season 2. You know what I mean. Still, cool scene, father and daughter acting off each other. He notices good Chucky running out of the movie theater. He follows after him to the president's bedroom where good Chucky is lying in bed. He tells Jake that Caroline is safe with a man named Wendell Wilkins, and that he still feels guilty for murdering Nadine. Taking a knife out from under the blankets, Jake explains that in order to forgive what he's done, good Chucky must sacrifice himself. Before he can convince him, the other fragments of Chucky's soul enter the bedroom, telling him that they are all Charles Ray and they will all cease to exist if good Chucky dies. Although Jake believes he's gotten through to good Chucky as he points the knife to his throat, He soon realizes that the doll is just stalling as Chucky Prime has disappeared. Good Chucky then shows his good nature, explaining that they were just distracting him so Chucky Prime could possess Jake's body. Really? We're doing this again? We're doing Chucky possessing somebody? Why? You're just retreading at this point. Come on, man. Meanwhile, Devin counts down the minutes until they can wake up Jake. Lexi, Grant, and Timmy wait by his side. Hicks sees Price leave the room with the CIA agents. He observes on one of the agents setting up a bomb to go off in 1 minute and aims his gun to stop him from activating it. However, he's stopped by Price, who proceeds to slit Hicks' throat as his agent starts the bomb's timer. With the 5 minutes up, Devin brings Jake back from the spirit realm, unaware that he's possessed by Chucky Prime. He lies, telling them all that he killed Chucky and that he knows where Caroline's being held. At the same moment, the CIA bombs go off and explode throughout the White House. Running out of the executive residence, Devin, Lexi, and Grant make it down the staircase, but Jake and Timmy are trapped upstairs. The two of them get on the elevator, allowing Chucky Prime to beat Timmy to a bloody pulp. He then leaves Timmy to die in the fiery elevator as he walks out of the White House. I will give them this. Not only do we get a cool death for Price, but Jake's actor portraying Jake as possessed by Chucky is really good. I will give him that. It's really good acting. And he does do a good job with the accent and getting down the laugh. So, yeah. I'll give them that. Devin and Lexi escape from the building as Grant goes looking for Hicks. He finds him near dead in the Oval Office, who gives him the White House skeleton key before succumbing to his injuries. Price then makes his presence known to Grant, revealing that he does not intend to leave the boy here alive. After a brief scuffle, Grant breaks a chair over Price's back, knocking him to the ground. He then locks Price inside the Oval Office with the skeleton key and runs out of the building, leaving Price to burn alive to death on fire from the surrounding explosion. Decent death for the real main antagonist of this season. From the White House's window, Grant sees the ghosts of James and Joseph watching him. Fire trucks begin to arrive at the White House as pedestrians gather to see the commotion. Charlotte arrives just as Grant escapes, hugging him. Devin and Lexi are soon reunited with Jake, who leads them to Wendell Wilkins' address. But not before he makes a tongue-in-cheek queer joke, because he's still possessed by Chucky. They're able to convince him to let them in with their story of their parents all being murdered, which Wendell can relate to as his son Tommy was murdered at 8 years old. Instead, they discover that he is a doll maker and that he created the good guy. I will give him this. This is a cool little bit of lore. I'll give them this as well. This is a really cool little bit of lore where we find out that the good guy doll was created by this guy after his son was brutally stabbed to death at 8 years old. That's that dark shit that actually makes this universe fascinating. From a wall safe, he shows them the prototype Good Guy doll, which was created in 1987, divulging that the Good Guy dolls bankrupted him after the murders started. But a few weeks later, a new child came into his life to show him the beauty of what Chucky has done. And that's when Caroline makes her appearance finally, holding the Voodoo for Dummies book and keeping Lexi at bay with a knife. Chucky Prime then reveals himself to Devin and Lexi, and with Caroline's help, he transfers his soul from Jake's body to the last remaining Good Guy doll. Wendell and Caroline then reveal that while they were originally going to kill Devin, Jake, and Lexi, they have a better idea to help keep Wendell company. Meanwhile, in Texas, Tiffany is being prepped for her lethal injection. As the needle is inserted to her arm, one of the prison guards Tiffany brainwashed rushes in and shoots the man performing the execution. He frees her from the table as she is escorted out with the help of the other brainwashed guards who free the rest of the prisoners at the same time. Eli and Tiffany run out to the front gate, but he is shot and killed by the front gate sniper. Nika tries to follow after her, but is knocked down by an inmate who was shot by the sniper. Another prisoner who had stolen a gun from the warden shoots the sniper as the brainwashed guard opens the gate for Tiffany. She drives off in her waiting Pontiac Parisienne once again. Like I said, they did not have the balls to kill her off. She drives to Wendell's estate and is greeted by Chucky as Tiffany wishes they could be a real family again. Wendell reveals they still have one Belle doll waiting for her to possess. Caroline transfers her soul into that doll, allowing Chucky and Tiffany to be together again. With the dolls in the back seat, making out and fucking as per usual, Caroline drives away in Tiffany's car. As Caroline drives away, Nika watches from her van, having planted a tracking chip on the Pontiac. She then wheels into Wendell's estate as the front door opens, hearing muffled screams coming from a display cabinet. As she discovers that Jake, Devin, and Lexi's souls were transferred into marionettes. This part pisses me off. Like, legitimately pisses me off, because that trailer, the final trailer for this season that was teasing this episode, had the three staring at POV at something and we're like, oh, they're gonna get transferred into dolls. That sounds like a really fucking cool idea. Like, imagine more cool doll designs for the series. But then you go with shitty, cheap, fucking marionettes with terrible visual effects to show them banging on the glass. Are you fucking kidding me? That's what this whole season's been building up to, them being stuck in shitty marionettes in a cabinet. Are you fucking kidding me? That is the most half-assed, rushed, lazy, and outright fucking stupid-ass ending that I think I've ever seen in any TV show ever. And I've watched Under the fucking Dome for fuck's sake. Fuck this ending. It is fucking terrible. And that pretty much sums up this entire episode. Fucking terrible, with itty little bits of decency here and there. Like, what the fuck were they thinking on this one? I literally want to know, because it seemed like this was just rushed beyond belief. Not to mention, that can also explain this entire season. Like, there are some great episodes here and there, you know. 2, 3, 4, and 5 were all great. And yes, episode 1 wasn't great, but I was able to stick with it because it at least had some interesting ideas going. But fuck! These final 3 episodes have sunk the whole season. And honestly, I think it's time that Sci-Fi just ends it here. I don't want to see this shitty ending resolved in the next 10 minutes of Season 4. I do not want to see a Season 4 of this series. And if we want to see these characters again, use them in a fucking movie. Where they belong. This little experiment with the TV series has been interesting. It started out great in episode 1. It careened off a cliff in season 2. And now it is just painfully fucking average in season 3. They need to end it here. I don't want to see a season 4. And this is where I draw the line. As soon as I saw those shitty marionettes, I raged quit. I'm done. I'm done with this season. I'm done with this show. I am done. Final verdict for this piece of shit episode is a 2! 2! 2 out of 10! Any little bits of decency here and there does not even begin to justify the fucking train wreck that this episode is. It is lazy, it is rushed, it is half-assed, and has one of the most insulting, stupid, shitty fucking endings I have ever seen in any season of any show ever. And for the season overall, 5 out of 10. 5. It is painfully average, it has outworn its welcome, and it needs to end. Put Chucky back in the movies where he belongs, and stop this experimental train wreck of television. Stop it! And if there is a season 4, I don't even think I'm going to cover it. You may be saying, oh, you're flipping out too much over one scene. Well, after having to sit through 8 entire episodes for that one scene, yeah, insulting. And yeah, a huge waste of my fucking time. Is this season bad? No. But it has outworn its welcome. And honestly, it needs to just end here. Just make more movies done. You have outworn this television experiment. You had a great start with season 1, but since then, it's just been a fucking mess. You've had great kills and great blood and gore and some cool lore things here and there, but outside of that, it's been a fucking train wreck. So please just end the series here, do not renew it for a fourth, and just conclude whatever storylines are left in the next movie. Please. That's it. Sorry for getting angry, but this episode fucking blows. So, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for watching all these reviews. Thank you for watching all of these Chucky reviews. And this is sayonara to Chucky for now until whatever crazy batshit thing comes out next. So, thanks for watching, and take care. I'm gonna go and get an aspirin, because this episode gave me a fucking headache. See ya.
We cannot take it anymore. The time has come.